These might be a sleeper pick for Hoop Shoe of the Year. Yo guys, Zacharaki here for another episode of Toilet Reviews, where we'll be going over the EQLZ 247 in the Mako colorway. Now these right here are really impressive. So before I get into this review, I need you guys to do me a favor and like and comment on this video. Won't take you too long, just a simple like and comment is all I need. That way I can continue to fight this algorithm so it helps me promote this video out to more people out there so I can continue to grow. So go ahead and like and comment, I'd really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. And first things first, big shout out goes out to EQLZ for sending these over for me to review. Thank you guys, I really do appreciate it, and as always, it's going to be my complete and honest opinion for this video. They were also kind enough to send over 3 different pairs of socks as well, and my favorite one has to be the one here that says salute on it, just because it reminds me of Darvin Ham in his legendary timeout speech.
Go hard on them dudes. Everybody's trying to play the right way. Salute.
Like, if I were in that timeout, I would definitely not be motivated just like all the Lakers guys in that video. So I hope Darvin Ham is doing better out in Milwaukee, which actually I don't think he is, because him and Doc Rivers are currently with a losing record with the team. So let's stay away from that topic for now and go back into the shoes right here. So this brand that they're with is EQLZ, and a lot of you may not have heard of it. Some of you may have heard of them. Personally, I've heard of them just because I follow Dev in the Lab and 10,000 Hours, and if I'm not mistaken, they have 2 different shoes with this brand they have collaborated with. So that's the only reason I know about this brand, but other than that, they are a fairly new brand that came out back in 2018. So the 247 here was designed by none other than legendary sneaker designer and former designer at Nike, Aaron Cooper. And if you guys don't know who that is, you should really do your homework, because he is an absolute legend in the sneaker space. He's designed a lot of historic and iconic shoes from Nike, which include a lot of the Scottie Pippen stuff. So go ahead guys, do your homework and research on that. But big shout out to Aaron Cooper, because these turned out amazing. I love this futuristic design it has that combines old school and new school elements all together in one right here. And this shoe was designed with the intention of making a shoe that feels like an extension of the foot, which I really think is a cool concept. And like I mentioned before, this is the Mako colorway, which was inspired by the Mako shark, and you'll understand the significance of that and how it ties to the shoe itself later on in the video when I go over that. But for now, I love the different shades of navy we have going on here. It looks really clean and simple. I like it a lot, plus the white, and we have a hit of icy blue as well on these TPU pieces right here, as well as on the outsole. Very clean shoe. I don't have many navy shoes in my collection that I can think of right now, so this is a nice addition for sure. But when it comes to the price for these retail for 150 US or 213 Canadian. That's actually the price that it converts at when you go to switch the currency on their website to Canadian dollars. And for Americans, that's a pretty good price, but for Canadians, it's a little bit more on the steeper side of things, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Also, the box that the shoes come with is very Yeezy-esque. I don't have to do too much explaining, just look at the box and you can see the resemblance. Now diving more into the shoes, let's talk about this outsole, and this looks crazy right here. So we have an anatomical design that looks like the shape of a foot, and yes, it does have a striking resemblance to the Kobe 9 right here. So these EQLZ 247s are like the Kobe 9 on steroids as far as this pattern goes, because this is ridiculous right here. So just like the Kobe 9, they did use pressure mapping to make this pattern, which is a really cool feature. But I think an even cooler feature about this outsole would have to be all these little nubs right here, because these were inspired by shark scales. Now you understand the significance of the colorway and how it ties to the shoe. Shark scales, inspired by a shark. Yeah, you get it. And the detail that went into the design of each individual scale is ridiculous. Like, go on their website, you can read what they've done to each scale, and it's crazy. I definitely appreciate all the attention to detail they went into just to make this outsole. And I couldn't wait to take these out on court, so I actually did run around my house a little bit just to see how grippy these would feel. And so far, so good. I won't say too much more, I'll save that for the performance review. Now moving on up to the midsole, and you will notice these 2 TPU pieces on both sides of the shoe right here. Now what these are supposed to do is to help with the overall containment of the shoe while also providing good support, and I really like this design of how it's implemented because it doesn't restrict or hinder the flexibility of the shoe as a whole. You're still able to just step and flex your foot as normal, which is great. And the shoes also do come with a pretty stiff internal heel counter at the back here as well. Okay, Okay, so moving along to the cushion setup, and what we have here on the exterior part of the midsole is actually an EVA foam carrier, which is the white part right here. And then when it comes to the interior part of the cushioning, it's a full-length bed of Pebax foam. So this is my first time trying Pebax, and so far, I'm pretty impressed because it feels really damn comfy on foot. When it comes to the forefoot area, I can really feel good cord feel, but at the same time there's some nice feedback to it because it has some bounciness and responsiveness to it. And then in the heel portion, I do feel some soft and plushness to it as well. Now keep in mind this is all just from a try-on perspective, from just moving around the house a little bit. So far so good, and I'm sure it should translate very well onto court as well. Now when it comes to the insoles of the shoes come with, again, very impressive. We do have this super critical foam insole. It's nice and plush in the heel area right there, which I do like. And what I really do appreciate about the insole is that it does have these grippy rubber parts that's put into the sock liner right there. So that really helps with keeping your foot on the footbed when you actually start moving around when you play. Now getting more into the materials here, and what we have is a premium smooth leather that goes around the entire shoe. It feels very, very nice and looks amazing as well. The quality of this leather is A1. I don't think this is a synthetic leather. It definitely feels genuine, but it's definitely been a long time since I've seen such a nice cut of leather used on a hoop shoe. Also on the shoes, we do have a double layered textile knitted upper, and the reason that this is double layered is to give the knit itself better structure. Along the uppers, you can see that the eyelets are actually woven into the knit itself, which I find to be pretty interesting, but I wish that they added just one more eyelet onto the shoes. That way this lacing setup goes a bit higher up, but that's just my personal preference right there. And the most interesting part about the uppers right here would have to be the fact that there isn't a traditional tongue setup. What we have is this compression sleeve-like collar opening right here. It is very stretchy and whatnot, but I'm not the biggest fan of this just because you do miss out on not having a traditional tongue with all the padding it would provide, because along where the laces are right here, there isn't much padding with this upper, and you can probably feel that lace pressure a whole lot more if you tie these up real tight. And then getting your foot into this thing is a bit of a hassle. At least that's how I find it right now. I probably need to find the most optimal way to do it. We do have this sort of loop right here to kind of help with pulling your foot into the shoe, but as it is right now, I don't like putting my foot into it, but taking it out actually isn't as bad, which is a benefit. And then when it comes to the internal padding on the back portion of the shoe right here, I can feel two pillows right there, and the padding on them feels decent at best, honestly. It could be better. It's not quite up to par with what my preferences are, but it is what it is. But as far as how these materials feel as a whole when you put them on feet, it's like a really comfy sock on foot, which is really dope. And I love how they combine old school with new school right here, because we got the premium leather, which is something that a lot of shoes from the past used to have, and then we also do have the knit right here, which is what every single shoe has nowadays. So old school and new school combined into one right here. I love it. But moving along, when it comes to the fit and sizing of these guys, they do run slightly long, so if you do want more of a one-to-one glove-like fit that's snug, then I'd recommend going a half size down. But if you don't want that and you don't mind a little bit of space in the toe area, then go true to size. That should work best. And if you are a wide footer, I believe going true to size should work best, but try these on if you can at all. But overall guys, the EQLZ 247 has all the necessary tools to be a potential candidate for Hoop Shoe of the Year, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how these tools are going to translate on court. But comment down below and let me know what you think about these shoes, and if you have any questions whatsoever, comment them down below. I'll try my best to get back to you guys. But we're at that point in the video now, it's time for hashtag Zacharagi. Let's rock it. And for today, I got my old reliable right here. I wear these all the damn time. So these are the Asics Gel Kayano 14s, which I beat the shit out of. This is the Jound pair, and I'm about to retire these soon just because I did hit on the GT 2160 Jound pairs of the Asics. So reviews for those will be coming soon, and I'll probably do one last wear update video for these as well, so stay tuned for that. But that is it for today, guys. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm signing out. Peace.